Hello and welcome to this edition of free Adobe Flash tutorials. My name is Brian Williams. Happy holidays for all of those who just celebrated Christmas or celebrating the New Year. That's what kind of got me a little late posting this one this week, but I wanted to make sure to at least get one this week. This tutorial is about movie clips. Movie clips are very important, especially when we later get into some action script and even animation. It's especially important to understand, so we wanted to cover some basic elements of the movie clip. Brief introduction. So with Flash we work with time, and this main timeline up here, we talked about it with frame-by-frame animation and all those other things. What a movie clip does is kind of a container. It's a timeline within a timeline, and so you can actually have multiple timelines. I'll show you how to do this. You can create a movie clip out of any object, out of a shape or a photo or text. You can actually create an empty movie clip, which I'll show you later on, to fill. So if you create an object, select it, and press F8, that's F8, pulls up this little menu bar. And that you could turn this shape into either a movie clip, a button, or a graphic. We want to create a movie clip. This movie clip is an instance of symbol 2. It shows up here in the library. And you can see our box now has this blue outline, which indicates that it is a movie clip. If you double-click inside of the movie clip, you can see that our timeline up here has changed. And this timeline has now become the timeline of the movie clip. So you can actually have something individually going on in each movie clip, but outside of the movie clip have one main timeline. To exit back, to go back to our main timeline, just double-click outside. So double-click goes inside the clip, and double-click goes outside of the clip. And you can see when you select on it that it is, in fact, a movie clip. And we'll later talk about these instance names when we get into some action scripting. But to demonstrate this principle of a timeline within a timeline, I prepared a small example. So it's New Year's soon, and a lot of places celebrate by lighting fireworks. So I, with frame-by-frame animation, created this little sequence of a firework. But we want this to exist in a movie clip. So what we want to do is first select all of our frames. And if we right-click on our frames, and we want to cut these frames. Let's select these additional frames and remove them. So we only have one key frame on the main timeline. But we want to put those frames into a movie clip. If you press Apple F8, with Windows I'm not sure you see the Control or Alt, you can try around, but that'll pull up your movie clip menu again. We want to create a movie clip. So we have this symbol 1 comes up here on the corner, which indicates we have a movie clip, and we have our main timeline up here. If we click on this symbol, or if we click on that arrow and drag it out to our main timeline, we'll get this arrow, which means this is an empty movie clip. You can see it here down in the Properties panel. If we double click on it, we're actually inside of this empty movie clip. So if we come up here and paste our frames inside of the movie clip, it should go on right there. Now if we double click outside the movie clip, on the timeline there's only one frame, but sure enough this frame is playing. So in fact we could test this if we press Apple Enter. You can see that this movie clip timeline is still going, but the main timeline is stopped because there's only one frame. So it'll loop like that. Now, the benefit of that is we can easily copy and make different changes to the movie clip itself. For example, if we wanted to copy this, we don't want one firework, we want 2 fireworks. Or maybe we want even more than that. Let's go 3 or 4. But say we don't want all the movie clips to be the same. Now, even though the same action is going on within each one of these movie clips, we can actually change some of the attributes of the movie clip itself. We can, for example, make it smaller or shift the direction. So say we want a couple small ones. If we press Apple Enter, these are all of those timelines are existing, but in the main timeline there's only one frame. That allows you to put timelines within timelines. So we could, for example, have another one going on over here, for example. Then we can later, when we learn some ActionScript, we can call on and talk to these movie clips, but you can create these movie clips into buttons and functions and those kind of things, which we'll get into a little bit later. But I hope that was beneficial to talk about movie clips. Again, to create a movie clip, press F8. To create an empty movie clip is Apple F8, and then you can create the timelines within the timelines to go in and out, double click to go in, double click to go out. Now the thing is, one thing to remember is that these are all an instance of the same movie clip. So if you edit any one of these clips, it's going to affect every single one of these. So that could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, depending on how you use it. So hopefully that was beneficial to you. I thank those that have given me some feedback and some love to hear from you at freeflashtutorials@gmail.com. If you have any requests, any questions, anything you'd like to start out with, on a list of links or something like that, a good place to check out, just shoot me an email at freeflashtutorials@gmail.com. Hopefully this tutorial was beneficial for you, and I hope you have a happy holidays. See you next week.